just a quick few words to my people that keep making videos about me. Thanks. God, I must be so special. Well, you know what? Obviously, I'm not making one about you. I do as a whole, though, because you're not special. And basically tell you this. Everything's far from over. The person that thinks that I just let their case roll. No, darling. Think again. Think again. I'd well past November still with you. Okay? I thought I'd put it on the back burner. Did. And you think that you can roll your mouth saying you won the case. Now let's watch what happens. I'll win it hands down. Watch this space. Okay? Because you are complicit with things that are criminal. So, including the, the fake court, the unicorn court, the court of common law, the ones in the, the work clubs, where workmen go after, social clubs, basically. They held the hearing in a social club with people called unicorns, apparently as judges. Because the local authorities didn't turn up, they all won the kids, all 30 parents in the same case. Only 2 pieces of evidence were allowed in, so therefore nothing would have been ascertained as to whether these children were actually safe to go back to these families. It was just like, what you call complete farce. As far as I'm aware, none of the children have gone back. But the reason for that, people, is this. It's because a court judge in a real court, real court, Her Majesty's Court, they have to sign the order. Guess what's happened since? No one signed it. Now the common law people, freemen of the land, are suggesting they're going to take them to court or whatever, or get people to go in and just make them, basically arrest them and stuff. I think these people are just about as deluded as Black Lives Matters are in America. Everyone's walked away from that nearly there, except writers, of course. There's many of them out there, isn't there? Anarchists. Yeah. I know a few, I suppose. Think they rule these streets, you rule nothing. I'm a bit tired, by the way, so I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. But I just thought I'd let you know. Because there's someone that wears a yellow t-shirt, you see, and she seems to think she won a court case against me. I ran away. Did I run away? Oh, blimey. I didn't notice. I didn't run away from nowhere. Do you know what it was? Once I got, burgled, the thing you knew about and told people about before the police even knew about it. Love. Yeah, you. So that put things on the burner, a bit back burner, And I thought, surely she's got more sense than getting involved in a case like that, where someone's done something that's bad. And believe me, whatever he's told you is bollocks, because you'll be finding out the truth completely. And there's so much more than just that. Oh my God, do you want to talk about child abuse? Does he want to talk about child abuse? I think he needs to get zip, because there's many things I have full-blown court documentation for, so I would be quiet, you two. You are very silly people. Silly. I've never come across silly quite like it. Okay? So Miss Yellow t-shirt, I may have had till November for the injunction, whatever it was. But to be fair, I think you've got a lot more on your plate to worry about than that, lovey. Okay? But just for clarification, I'm going to go back to the court tomorrow and put us in again, because I've seen your extra harassment, suggesting people that do inhumane criminal offences to people and their family is fine. And you take their account of it at face value. Or take this at face value. You are going to be made look a laughing stock. Public enemy number 1. Believe me, number 2. Because there's another one for number 1. And when it's over, it's not going to be over. Just recall this, okay? Take it where you like. As I said, let me tell you a few things, people. This woman lied to 30 parents in one court hearing, said they were all getting their children back. The local authority didn't turn up to their pop-up court in a drinking establishment with unicorns for bloody judges, right? So yeah, that's that part of it. So these people have been through not only one trauma of losing children through social services and the entire situation. I know how that feels. It is awful. It never leaves you, and it makes you a different person. And if you're like me, it makes you fight for the rest of your life. but yeah. So you don't need to go through that twice. You don't need to think the second time when she tells you, "My children are coming home," and then get told you won. And as far as I'm aware, that was nearly a year ago. No one's had their children home because of the government situation, allegedly. No, because it's just bullshit. That's why. It's actual bullshit. Okay. Let me tell you something, Miss Round. Oh, sorry, I said your name. Whoops. Smacked me. Oh, you got another one. Chris Griffin. Let's tell people about what happened there, eh? We're in the injunction case, yeah? Don't you remember? Do you recall? I do. The reason the case had to leave the court that day, people, is because it was a situation where I knew the judge knew me, so we couldn't go ahead. And yeah, it was a conflict of interest, basically. The judge said this after he'd heard the first case, and during that first bit, well, I mean, he didn't hear the first case, he just adjourned it for 6 months later, because they both said that they wanted to get, they wanted an injunction against me. He asked them, do you mind her having an injunction against you? They both said no. He said, well, we might as well just do it here now then. And they went, no, we want to argue our case. And he said, right, well, do you want to contact her again? They both said no. He said, well, what's the problem with me giving you it today? We want to argue our case. I said, look around, please listen. That lady there wants to come in here under the common law court. And him, well, he's just incoherent. Right, you know, whatever. Yeah, basically, so yeah, that was what happened. And so he said it was a conflict of interest. If you recall, whilst in that hearing, he told the other person to be quiet 5 times, to the point where he had to say to them, do you really not understand what be quiet means? This is a court of law, right? I then asked him a couple of things, as he knows me well, to tell you. You tell people I'm fake. I've got 2 names, Rebecca Clark, Rebecca Gaffney. Guess what, people? I asked Lorraine, would you tell these lovely people perjury's not on the cards for me because my name is Rebecca Gaffney Clark? Of course he did. Of course he told them. Of course it is. However, Chris Griffin, Chris Round, Anita Round, is that not 2 different names? Come on. Right, don't accuse me of that. And then be doing it yourself, you dick. Then what happened? Oh yes, and then there was a lot of shouting from the other idiot. And I said, you know, I was perfectly capable of mediating. However, this is what I would be dealing with, so it's not a good idea. Okay, so the case was adjourned. And then I then suffered a very serious criminal offence against me, which she is perfectly aware of what happened. She put it on social media that she felt sorry for me before it was even, the police even knew, before he was even arrested. Work that one out. Right, so there you go. He didn't feel sorry for me, he just knew, fuck you, right? Fuck you, bitch, right? Yeah, and then basically it was adjourned, and then the police called me and they said to me, look, a woman is making allegations against you. What she's saying is that you sent her a court application, she wants you arrested. I said, really? I said, you do realise you can't arrest me for that, don't you? He said, yes, but she said you're passing her address on. I said, oh, did she? I said, well, I'm a Mackenzie friend, I work in the courts. I can tell you that she suggests she's that as well. I can also tell she's barred from courts. I said, and, you know, I can assure you 100%, I don't want to share her address with anybody. It's completely not the person I am. She does that kind of thing. She did it with one of my cases that the other lunatic seemed to somehow get out of my delete box somewhere or the other. Somehow. So they posted up stuff about a case that was ongoing, was actually in the court at the time and stuff like this. Tried to get me done for breaching, for like contempt, you know, for basically putting out paperwork that wasn't allowed to be in the public domain when it was themselves that done it. Reported me to the court. Did the court do anything, you two? Of course not. Do you know why? Because I turned it back on you. Okay? On you. Yeah? So anyway, the date was the whatever November that I had. The police on this call were laughing with me by the end of it. You know, it was just ridiculous. I said, I'm sure you get a lot of calls from this crank. They said, oh yeah, all the time, but she emails, she doesn't call. She never calls. I said, I suppose she's the one that accused me of hit and running her son, is she? He said, oh, is that you? I said, yeah, that's me. I said, even put a thing on Essex Live, just this woman, arrest her for, please, dear judge, please arrest this woman for hit and running my son. Excuse me? And she even mentioned that in court. She said it's the judge, and he looked at her and said, if you think she's done that, don't you think it's the police that you should contact? You know, what the hell? I don't believe that at all. Anyhow, so by the end of it, we'd adjourned it, etc., etc. And yes, they'd found out that. I also asked him to, one very poignant thing to them, I should imagine. I basically told him, I asked him, please, Lorraine, can you tell them that my case contained not one bit of child abuse. I said, because you've done it all, and you know that I won, and I was back in here on appeal of your case. And he said, yes, Miss Gaffney. Sorry, I'm talking quietly because the kids sleeping because they got work, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. So that's what happened. So basically what I thought at the time, because of after that, this situation occurring, where I had such a criminal offence on me, you know, done to me, I thought, oh, she's shut up. Oh, I can't bother with her. But I've just found out he lit up again. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. See you in court, sweetie. See who wins, sweetie. Because this will be me. Then you can eat your words. Every single one of them. By the way, you're an absolute state. And any child anywhere near you would run away. You look absolutely shocking. Don't go on with your slating me. You've got no right. Don't think I can't back myself up. You want to be careful that you can't back yourself up. I've got it all. I've got all about your abuse as well, bitch. So, there's more abuse than just the criminal offences. Believe me, there's child abuse that I know about you both. Okay, sleep well.